We're going to do a pattern that is inspired by the Lotfallah mosque. So what you're going to do, which is the Lotfallah mosque found in Iran, which is a very beautiful masjid. So what you're going to do is you're going to start with a 6-fold pattern. So it's a circle surrounded by 6 circles, and you're going to work relatively small because we want to make the most of our paper. So you draw your first circle. My page is vertical, and I drew a horizontal line, and I noted the center. And then you draw your 6-fold pattern. So, my compass slipped. Okay, so a circle on either side. And then where there's the intersection above and below, you draw 4 more circles. Okay, and you have that circle surrounded by 6 circles. And now what you're going to do is you're going to draw 6 more circles, and we're going to find the points where we have to draw those circles. So find this point here and this point here, and place your ruler, and then just draw. You don't have to draw the actual line, you'll just draw where it intersects with your original circle. So you do that on the vertical, and then diagonal right and diagonal left. So I'm lining it up, and then I'm just making a little notch on my circle there. And then that's where you're going to place the point of your compass and draw 6 more circles. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now you have 12 petals inside your original circle, and then you have this beautiful shape. Now you could stop here, however, and this would be a beautiful pattern. However, we're going to expand this and grow this. And the way that you do that, I will illustrate with a pencil crayon. Just going to zoom in a little bit. So the way that you do this is you find this shape here. So this shape here, we want to repeat it and grow it, and there's 12 of these obviously. So I'll just color in a couple of them just to illustrate. You don't need to color. This is for illustrative purposes. All right, and what you're going to do is every time you grow another layer and layer and layer, you're going to open your compass the size of 2 of these. So you just choose a first spot, and then you open your compass this much. So like this is 1, here's like a intersection, and then here as an intersection. So you open it the equivalent of 2, or 2 of these like diamond shapes. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're going to go to every single point intersection with the radius that we just found here, and you're going to do an arc. So I'll zoom out and I'll show you. So you pick a starting point, it doesn't matter where because you're going to do 12 anyway, and then you draw an arc. Okay, and then you just move. There's 12 of them. You just go to the next one and you draw an arc. Okay, and then you go to the next one and you draw an arc, and you just keep going until you've done all 12. Did I do this one? Yeah, so I'm here. And then you've grown it by a row, and then in between the last two is the next row, and there's 12 of these. And I'll color in some of them to show you. And there's 12. Okay, and they're in between, they're offset by 1. And then to grow the next row, you do the exact same thing. So you're going to open it the equivalent of 2. So whatever it looks like for you. So just like that. So here's 1 and here's 2, and you just do that. And then you're going to draw an arc, and you're just going to go around again. So I'll do that off camera, and I'll come back and you do it as well. And so then I've done the next row, and then again it's always in between. So the next set of this shape is in between the prior shape. Okay, and then you could keep growing it as big as your paper is, or as much space as you have on your paper. You just keep growing and growing and growing. I've even done like really big ones, like 2 feet by 2 feet, like 24 inches. And of course you can paint it. You can add, you know, some arabesque, some flowers. This is where you like have your creativity shine here. Okay, and then that is how you draw this one inspired by the Lotfallah.